Hi, everyone. I'm Gary Knoll. I'd like to welcome you once again to our Classroom on the Air. Topics that you generally don't hear anything about, like today's therapy, is colon therapy. You ever heard of it? Ever experienced it? Well, I'm going to take on a little journey of why it's so important. Because the health of the colon and your intestines and your stomach and your esophagus, all of this bodes well for not having problems like infections in this area, poor digestion, too little, too much hydrochloric acid, overeating, undereating, too much water with a meal, a whole lot of fat in a diet, a whole lot of protein and fat in a diet. Think of a cheeseburger, lots of fat and lots of protein, more than what the body can really handle or even needs, causes an autotoxic condition. We call it autotoxemia, meaning you don't have good bacteria in the gut, what we call the biome. Used to just be called bacteria, good bacteria, bad bacteria, sugar, bad bacteria, alcohol, bad bacteria, meat, bad bacteria, refined carbohydrates, bad bacteria, healthy plant food, legumes and beans and tubers, root vegetables, good bacteria, fermented foods, really, really good bacteria. And all this is going on in your colon. So colon therapy and cleansing of the debris out of there is a practice that's been used for centuries with the aim of improving digestive health and overall well-being. The history of these practices dates back to ancient civilizations such as Egypt and Greece, where enemas were commonly used for medicinal purposes. In ancient Egypt, enemas were used to treat a variety of illnesses, including constipation, fever, and infections. The Ebers Papyrus, an Egyptian medical text from around 1500 BC, describes the use of enemas to treat a range of medicinal conditions. In ancient Greece, Hippocrates, the father of modern medicine, recommended enemas as a treatment for a variety of conditions. In ancient Greece, the father said that enemas are one of the most important things you can do. In Muslim Persia, colon therapy became widely used for a variety of medicinal purposes. The famous 10th century Persian physician and sage, who became widely known by European doctors, wrote extensively on the use of enemas for gastrointestinal disorders to eradicate parasites, constipation, and fevers, and other things. His name was Sina. Also developed a variety of different enema recipes with vinegar, honey, and certain medicinal herbs. During the Middle Ages, the use of enemas for medicinal purposes continued, and it became widely popular among European royalty. In the 17th and 18th centuries, enemas were a common treatment for constipation. But it wasn't until the 19th century that colon hydrotherapy, also known as colon irrigation, was developed. This was a process of flushing toxins out of the colon with water. Dr. John Kellogg, a prominent person in his time, remember his brother, and he created Kellogg's cereal in Battle Creek, Michigan. And he was a proponent of natural medicine. And he found that the closer you are to living a more natural life, the healthier you would be and the longer you would live. He believed that the accumulation of waste in the colon was a major cause of disease and advanced hydrotherapy's popularity among naturopaths and holistic health practitioners. From a physiological perspective, the colon is responsible for absorbing water and electrolytes from the remaining digested material that enters it from the small intestine. The colon also helps to form fecal matter by compacting this material and expressing it through the colon. It expels it. And colon hydrotherapy, therefore, is based upon the idea that waste material and toxins that accumulate in the colon and contribute to a variety of health problems are not good. Its proponents believe that by flushing out the colon with water, these waste materials and toxins can be removed, promoting better digestive health. And during the colon therapy, warm water is gently infused into the large bowel so that it is thoroughly washed. This allows old incrustations in fecal material to loosen, dislodge, and be swept away. This process is repeated several times during the session, with the goal of flushing out as much waste material as possible. As people become physically unstuck, they become emotionally lighter, freer, and able to express their feelings. You all know this. How many times have you been irregular and you feel grouchy? You don't feel good, but when you're able to relieve yourself, you have a sigh of relief. You feel better. Well, as body pollution is eliminated, empirical evidence observed by therapists suggests that many conditions are helped, including skin disorders, breathing disorders, including bad breath, constipation, depression, chronic fatigue, nervousness, flatulence, bloating, and arthritis. However, there have been very little medical research conducted to learn more about the benefits of colon irrigation. The studies that have been conducted show that it is effective for treating chronic constipation and functional gastrointestinal disorders, irritable bowel syndrome, and ulcerative colitis. In recent years, colon cleansing has experienced a resurgence in popularity, with many people seeking out natural remedies for digestive problems and overall health. Today, there are a variety of different methods for colon cleansing, including hydrotherapy, various herbal supplements, and special diets. It's important to go to a qualified, licensed colon therapist who uses only pure water that is administered at body temperature and a sterilizing device known as an autoclave. More professional therapists are also trained in reflexology and will massage points on the body to enhance the therapy. The practitioner should also test for the ileocecal valve, the small valve between the small and large intestine, using kinesiology. If this is jammed, open, or closed, the therapist can correct it, which will make the session more comfortable. And finally, although many people feel immediate relief from symptoms of constipation and bloating, colon cleansing should not be done too frequently. There are potential risks that can include dehydration, electrolyte imbalances, and damage to the colon or rectum. One of the things I recommend is someone who's had chronic constipation, who's been on a very high protein diet with lots of dairy and lots of saturated fat, which really, well, just imagine you're driving a highway and the speed limit's 70, and suddenly you hit a 5-mile-an-hour zone from 70 to 5. That's what happens when you start having protein, animal proteins, and fats in the diet. It really causes constipation, slows down peristalsis, the wave-like rhythmic movement that moves food through by electrical stimulation, mechanical stimulation through the intestine. It's like you're stuck in a traffic jam. So colon therapy can help open this up. But then juicing every day, especially green juices, 4 or 5 green juices throughout the day, like celery, cucumber, with ginger and green apples and lemons, that cleanses you out really good. So I only recommend colon therapy to get unstuck and get the debris out, then start juicing and having a healthy plant-based diet with lots of fruits, especially blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, goji berries, because those berries have a soft fiber and that speeds up digestion, cleansing the system. Apple skins in a blender do the same thing. That helps. Vitamin C and magnesium also help. And that's it, a short session, but something important, something that can bring a smile to your face when you're regular and a little frown sometimes when you're going 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Yeah, you don't want that. That's like having no place to take the garbage, all right? You don't want it sitting open in the kitchen. So no, let's clean ourselves properly and then maintain that cleanliness by healthy diet. And then a lot of good probiotics in there and prebiotics, the good bacteria to create a healthy immune system. You can go to PRN.Live, PRN.Live, noon to 1, Monday to Friday. I'm on the air. Talk about health and nutrition at the beginning of every program. Then I get into a lot of other important issues. Or go to GaryNull.com for all the different articles I've written. I have almost 1,000 articles I've written up there, very serious articles health articles, societal articles. I think you'll find it of interest. Thank you for watching, and please share this with others. Word of mouth still counts. Have a nice day.
Are you tired of closed-minded programming? Well, look no further than PRN.Live, the home for progressive voices.